Well, I didn't have much of a plan today. It's one of those low energy days and I couldn't really find the motivation when I got up this morning. But I knew if I'd sort of sat around the house I'd end up kicking myself. It's such a nice day up here in Northumberland. I've driven up to Alwinton with not really any idea of what I was going to do. And I've headed up Clennell Street and then I've taken the path across the fields towards Clennell Hall. I'm going to go up the River Alwyn and then strike right and head up the two hills you can probably see behind me there. One's Clennell Hill and the other one's Silverton Hill. A couple of hills I've never been up before, so we might have a little snooze on the top in the sunshine if we're lucky. Anyway, let's crack on. So I've got the two hills, Clennell Hill and Silverton Hill. So I'm going to come up round the back and then up onto Clennell Hill, up onto Silverton, and then probably back down this bridleway here, back to the pretty much where I am now. That's them up there. Well, I've followed the River Alwyn for about a mile upstream from Clennell Hall and it's time to turn right. So let's head over this bridge and then up the path between these two hills here. Well, I'm coming up the path between Clennell Hill, which is up that way, and Rutland Hill, which is up on my right, and it's steep grass slopes on either side with a narrow track running up the side of the stream, no more than a sheep track really. It's fairly dry today, but I can imagine after rain it'll be quite boggy, so if you are coming up this way, make sure you bring your wellies. Part of the joy of coming out is getting lost. I've used my OS locate app on the phone when I was down in the valley between those two steep hills, and it had me as halfway up the side of Silverton Hill, which I knew wasn't right. So I've continued up the valley and come out in the open, and I've taken another reading on the app, and it still had me halfway up the hill, which wasn't right. It turns out I've come too far up and there should have been a path cutting back the way I'd come, but I can't see anything on the ground at all, so I've basically just tramped straight up the side of the hill, and I'm more or less at the top of Silverton Hill now. According to the OS locate app, I'm only about 300 metres from the top. It appears to be working again now, because I am more or less halfway up the hill. There you go. Right, well, I hit the ridge line and I'm guessing that's the top of Silverton Hill. If it isn't, I've gone severely wrong somewhere. Top of Silverton Hill. I'm heading downhill off Silverton towards the call between Silverton and Clennell Hill, and just you can see Clennell Hall Farm, and the campsite down in the valley there. It's down there. So top of Clennell Hill, I think it's a case of pick the highest looking grassy mound. There's no cairn and no rocks or anything, but this seems to be about the highest one, I think. Oh, there's one back there I might go and stand on as well, just in case. Nice view back up the valley though, the River Alwyn. The River Alwyn, looking across to Rooklands Hill and round up onto Silverton Hill, which I've just come down. Well, that's me nearly down. I've done about 4.5 miles so far, and a couple of hills I've never been up before. Would I go up them again? Probably not. Having said that, I've never seen a soul all day, so it's been quite nice going somewhere different and off the beaten track. I've got about 1.5 miles back to Alwinton and back to the car, and then home for some tea. I hate B-roll.